Good morning, Rad Rod Bikes. It's OJ back here in the back 40 again. Looks like another beautiful day, doesn't it? Ha ha ha. But this video has no thermometer on it. We are hovering right around 42, 43 degrees right now. And it is what, May 7th? Something like that. Oh well, we're going to get up to a high of only 53 today. So, consequently, I'm inside the back 40 with the doors closed. Trying to stay warm a little bit. By the way, I did a new sign for the back 40 this year. Back 40's been up now for going on 6 seasons. And so I kind of redid the lettering. And this is a landing foot marker, or yard marker I should say, for the landing strip over at the ski jump, which is just about half a mile or so from here. Anyway, let's go inside and see what's going on today. Oh, jazz. And to keep it a little toasty in here, I've got the old propane sunflower heater going. And it's nice in here right now. I don't have my temperature gauge out, but I bet you it's probably hovering right around 60 degrees. So I'm doing a little work on the fender mock-up. These fenders originally came on the woman's bike that I created the bike from, let's see, what was it? 2 years ago. And I'm old now, so I'm forgetting names and stuff like that. But anyway, this is my bike that I created. It was the Trans Migrat. That's a woman's frame with top and straight tube of a Schwinn 1950 era DX welded onto it. So I was in class 2 that year. So anyway, these fenders came on that woman's bike, and I had always liked them. They're fairly deep. They're not as deep as a Monarch Super Deluxe by any means, but fairly deep. And they're certainly deep enough to hide a good chunk of these, standard size cruiser tires. So I've got it positioned here now, I think where I want it to be. Of course, I have it mounted on the swing arm part of the fork, not the head tube, because it wants to flex forward with it as it moves. And frequently, to get these at the right height, you have to use spacers. So I have a spacer in there that's actually off of a cantilever brake system. It's the tapered nut on a cantilever brake system. So everything that you hang on to, because you never know when you might need it. I'm looking to probably throw a little acorn nut on top of that bolt as well, because this thing has a few acorn nuts on it. It has the acorn nut on the front hub. It has the acorn nut at the top of the fork mount. And acorn nuts, of course, on the recent tank development. So here's just kind of a quickie shot stance look of what the Shelby might be taking on as far as the stance goes. I've got a cog coming for the 3-speed rear wheel, and then I can slap that in there and put a drivetrain on it and throw some handlebars on and take it for a little test ride. But I think it's going to work. Those two tails of the fenders are about at the same level as far as from the ground up, and I think that's kind of what I'm after. So I do have one other piece that I found on eBay a month or so after I picked the frame up. It's actually for this bike, but didn't come with this bike. But there's a little bit of telltale color similarity there. So this will sit in here, and I'm thinking with my chain setup it might have to be molded into the seat stay somewhat, because if it sits outside, the crank arm rubs on it. Anyway, that's another piece of the puzzle. If I can make that work, I'm presently trying to get the 1-inch pitch chain ring off of this old dogleg crank, which would have just enough room to get around that chain guard. So, options. It's always good to have options. Anyway, that's it from the back 40 this morning. I hope your day's a good one. Right on.